Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dwayne Kimball, United States Army veteran and retired VA rating specialist. Today I'm bringing another educational video, but not on the VA claims process. This is actually under VHA, Veterans Healthcare Administration, and it is Uber Health. Veteran reached out to me and said, Dwayne, do you know about this program? I was like, no. Did some research, and I'm going to bring that information to you today. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, everyone, today I'm going to be talking about VA-Uber, yes, Uber Health. Now, keep in mind, I want you to keep this in mind as I'm going through this video. This is a benefit, not under VBA, Veterans Benefit Administration, which I normally talk about. This is under VHA, Veterans Healthcare Administration, okay? Went out to the VA's website, and a lot of, not regional office, but VA medical centers last year was implementing this program in their area, okay? So what I'm gonna show you is from the Tampa VA Medical Center. But when I went out to the VA's website, other VA medical centers have already implemented this across the country, okay? So I got a couple of slides for you, but again, keep in mind, if you have any additional questions, do what I did, go to the VA's website, look up your local VA medical center and to get more information, okay? So slide number one. Here in slide number one, you can see this says VA Beneficiary Travel Uber Health. Last updated December 2023. Now, as I stated earlier, this is for the Tampa Bay, Florida VA Medical Center, okay? So I went out to va.gov, went under healthcare, did a search, and yes, there's other medical centers in New Jersey, just across the country that have something similar. So again, you have to contact your local VA. If you say, Dwayne, well, what about this? I'm gonna tell you, did you contact your local VA or contact your local VA medical center? All right. Now it says, what is Uber Health? The Uber Health program helps improve patient care by providing transportation to VA and VA approved medical appointments for eligible veterans. VA approved medical appointments. Sometimes these medical appointments are outside of the VA, okay? Most important part of this, who is eligible for Uber Health? You must be ambulatory and capable of getting in and out of the car, okay? Now, you'll see and a bunch of ors. So they're telling you if you meet one of these, not all of these, sort of like the diagnostic code criteria, you have a service-connected rating of 30% or more. What they mean is your overall rating has to be 30% or more, or service-connected 0 to 20% and being treated for your service-connected disability. So what they're saying is you could be 0, 10, or 20%, but that appointment, it has to be for that service-connected condition. For example, if you're 10% for the right knee and you have an appointment for that right knee, then you qualify even though you're not, your overall percentage is not 30%. Then it goes on to say, receiving a pension, aid in attendance, or housebound pension, okay? Or veterans' annual income falls below the income threshold. Now you have to go out and you have to Google and figure out, all right, what is the poverty level? You know, so you can figure out that dollar amount. And on there it's gonna say single person with spouse, not single person with spouse, but individual with spouse and dependents, all right? So you're gonna have to go out and do some research. Schedule compensation and pension examinations, okay? So they're, out of all these 5, they're telling you, you have to meet one of those criteria, okay? Let's not try and take a circle and put it in a square. Oh, Dwayne, well, what about this? It is what they have on the list. That's it. If you don't meet the criteria on the list, then you're not eligible. Okay, that's what they're saying. How do I arrange Uber Health rides? Good question. if you are enrolled at James A. Haley, that's the VA Medical Center here in Tampa. Okay, this is in Tampa. Your first stop is your assigned primary care social worker. So each team, meaning to include your primary care provider, they have an assigned social worker. So you need to contact that person for an assessment and to place the initial request to be part of the program. All right? And it gives a number, but this is the number for Tampa. So if you're in the Tampa area, I've already done the research for you. There it is. If you're not, then you need to go out to the VA's website and find your local VA Medical Center and contact them. Okay? Now, again, keep in mind your team. Here in Tampa, we call them teams. So, Alpha, Bravo, Delta, Charlie, whatever team your primary care physician is on, that team has a social worker. That's who you need to contact. Now, one thing that I would suggest you do, when you contact that social worker, have your rating decision that shows your 0 to 30%, okay? Or a summary letter from VBA showing your overall percentage. We get those every Christmas. They automatically go out, okay? And you should keep those. But if you don't, get a rating decision. If you're service connected between 0 to 20, get a rating decision which shows you're service connected for those conditions. So when you get them on the phone, if they ask for this information, you already have it. Do not sit there and say, oh, they're the VA, they're supposed to do this and they're supposed to do that. You're right, but guess what? They might deny you too for something as simple, for something you could have helped them approve you for. All right, moving right along, slide number 2. Here in slide number 2, it says program details. Again, if you ask me a question about this program, I'm going to tell you or refer you to your local VA Medical Center, even if it's Tampa, because the VA changes things, okay? And this is on the VHA side, Veterans Healthcare Administration, and I don't keep up with their policies like I do VBA, okay? It says you must be able to independently transfer into a taxi Uber car to be appropriate for this program. Use of a walker or cane is permitted. You must have a mobile phone that can receive and send text messages, okay? So let me go back to that first bullet comment, okay? You have to be able to get in and out of a car. It's not like some of these assistance services where if you're in a wheelchair, they'll have a ramp for you. If that's the case, you won't be eligible for this program, okay? Then it says you have to have a mobile phone. After you have requested your appointment, you will receive a text from Uber Health. On the day of your scheduled appointment, you will respond to the text to confirm and initiate your ride. Please note, your ride will not arrive unless you request it on the day of your appointment. Now, going down to the last bullet comment, what do they say? After your social worker has placed the initial request to use the program, you should contact VA Travel Department directly up to 30 days in advance, but at least 3 business days prior to any scheduled VA and or approved non-VA community care appointment to request transportation. And there's the number if you're in the Tampa area. Okay, I think this is a great program and a step forward for the VA, but again, go out and do your research. It's like when I'm talking about educating you on videos on the VBA side. Go out and do your education. They're telling you, contact a social worker on your primary care team. But what they didn't tell you, they told you the requirements, but I told you the documentation that you should have in hand, okay? That way, that should speed up the process. And if you get a social worker that's rude, you're just gonna have to fight through that, okay? The VA is full of rude employees, okay? Do not let that deter you. Stay in the fight. okay? Take a screenshot of what I showed you, especially if you're in the Tampa area, and go out, make sure you get your rating decisions, your paperwork proving that you're eligible based on the bullet comments that I showed you in slide number 1. Now, with that being said, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and don't forget to share this video with your fellow veterans. Thank you.